What is going on, everybody? This is Sergey from MMA Soap Opera, and Justin Gaethje is out of his goddamn mind because he thinks that after losing to a featherweight and then winning against what, number 13 guy, he deserves to fight for a belt, apparently. I have my opinions on this, so I would like to discuss that, as well as the Ankalaev and Jiří Procházka situation, because I feel like it got a little bit ugly between those two, a little unnecessarily, to be honest. So yeah, let's talk about this, but before we do that, guys, make sure to hit subscribe and ring the bell so that you don't miss any upcoming videos, and with that out of the way, let's jump into the video. Alright. So Justin Gaethje is obviously one of the fan favorite fighters in the UFC, and for a really good reason, because the man is highlight personified. So Justin Gaethje just fought Rafael Fiziev, which was a rematch, of course. He won once again quite convincingly, but he was supposed to fight Dan Hooker, which in my opinion was the more exciting fight. Or not just in my opinion, it feels like the majority of the community feels like it as well. And in my opinion, if that fight with Dan Hooker would have happened and if he would won that fight, I think that he would have had much better position to talk about the potential for fighting against Islam Makhachev for the belt. Now, I understand that maybe he's taking a little bit of inspiration from Dustin Poirier, who fought Benoit Saint-Denis, won against him, and then fought for the belt right away after that. And that was also a massive jump because Benoit Saint-Denis was, I think, number 12 or number 11, something like that. With Justin Gaethje, in my opinion, it's a little bit different because, well, what he did is that he went to a Twitter and that he posted this post. I won 3 out of my last 4 fights, only losing in an exhibition fight. I have to fight for the belt next. First of all, exhibition fight? That was not an exhibition fight, Justin Gaethje. You fought a fighter who, first of all, was a featherweight before, and second, just moved to your weight class. This is not an exhibition fight. I feel like what he's now doing is that he's sort of downplaying the BMF belt. I mean, sure, whatever, but the BMF belt aside, it was a fight within the rankings. Both Max Holloway and Justin Gaethje are ranked. So no exhibition fights whatsoever. And then the second thing about this post, that's a little bit of an odd number to throw out there. 3 out of 4 last fights. Why out of 4? I feel like he's picking the 4 fights just to make himself look a little bit better, because honestly, if we look at the record, let's have a look at the last 5 fights of Justin Gaethje, okay? 5 fights ago, he lost to Charles Oliveira, who is number 2 right now in the lightweight ranking. He's the man who should fight for the belt next, but that's a different topic. The next fight, he won against Fiziev. Fiziev was barely a top 10 fighter at that point. Not super high profile win, if you ask me. Exciting fight, all that, but not super high profile win. After that, he won against Dustin Poirier. That is a one really good win that he has. All respect for that. Then after that, he lost to Max Holloway. He lost, and in a pretty devastating fashion as well. So we have Max Holloway loss, and then we have Charles Oliveira loss. I don't know, that doesn't look good. And now his last fight, of course, second fight against Fiziev. He won that one, unanimous decision. Again, not a super high profile win. So basically in the last 5 fights, he has 1 good win, 2 meh wins, and then 2 losses. Like, to me, that doesn't seem like a resume of a fighter that should fight for the belt next. Like, I don't really get why would someone think that he has a right to fight for the belt. I don't get it. Would it be interesting? 100%, because of course he fought against Khabib. Islam Makhachev is very close to Khabib. They're very similar stylistically as well, so it would be interesting to see if Justin Gaethje made some sort of improvements, some sort of adjustments to fight that kind of a style that Islam Makhachev and Khabib has. But no, again, he has 1 good win, 2 meh wins against the same guy, and 2 losses. So like, what are we talking about here? Anyways, he wants to fight for the belt. I just explained that I don't think that that's something that should really happen. In my opinion, who should fight for the belt next against Islam Makhachev? It's either Charles Oliveira or Arman Tsarukyan. And because Arman Tsarukyan just fucked up and jumped off the fight for the belt, in my opinion, it should be Charles Oliveira. That is the fight that I personally would like to see, or Arman Tsarukyan fighting against Islam Makhachev, but I don't think that that's gonna happen. So I don't know, man. I'm a little bit sour. I really don't like when fighters are trying to spin their wins and their losses in their their own favor to get the better fight. I mean, I get why they are doing it. It's just that to me it's annoying. I would much rather see a little bit more rigid structure and chronology of who should fight for the belt next and who should fight who, just in general. I mean, I understand that this is a fighting show business. Styles make fights. I get that. But I don't know. In my opinion, to fight for the belt, you need to have some sort of a winning streak. I don't know, at least against 3 top 10 fighters. So yeah, man, what do you guys think? Do you think that Justin Gaethje has the right to fight for the belt right now? Would you like to see it even? I don't know. Or do you also think that he should get some other wins before he's gonna start fighting for the belt? Let me know in the comment section down below. I'm really curious to know because, I don't know, this thing is a little bit weird to me. Alright, and then the second thing that I wanted to talk about is this weird beef between Ankalaev and Jiří Procházka. Listen, I kind of understand both sides because, of course, what happened was that Magomed Ankalaev just defeated Alex Pereira in the fight for the belt. He's the new champion of light heavyweight division. And I feel like he's having this release of sourness because clearly he had much more difficult road to the belt than the rest of the division, especially fighters like Jiří Procházka. In my opinion, what Magomed Ankalaev thinks is that Jiří Procházka has been granted a lot of opportunities just because of the favorism of UFC.
You got this shit handed to you. You got Dana White privilege. It's telling me.
He's saying that Jiří Procházka sucks. I don't believe that he really thinks that. I think that he's just sour and that he's in like this massive denial that Jiří Procházka could potentially fight him for the belt next. That's why he's saying that Jiří Procházka should go and win some other fights first. Fair enough. That's fair enough. The last thing that I would love to see for Jiří Procházka is having him fight for the belt. Despite being a massive fan of Jiří Procházka, I'm Czech as well, or partially Czech. I really love his personality. I really love his style. I think that he's super exciting. By the way, the excitement is one thing that he has in spades more than Ankalaev. Ankalaev is kind of boring, but he's effective. He's very effective, and he just defeated Alex Pereira, who seemed to be this massive kryptonite to the rest of top 10. But anyways, that's what I think is going on in the head of Ankalaev right now. On the other hand, Jiří Procházka said that the last time those guys met, Ankalaev was super respectful, super friendly, was saying hi to him, and all of a sudden he's trashing him. Like, Jiří Procházka seems to be like this very genuine guy, quite friendly dude, not a person to start any sort of beefs whatsoever. So I understand that this thing would throw him away, this sort of fakeness. I don't really think that Magomed Ankalaev is being fake right now. He's just being sour and he wants a deserving opponent for the next fight, which in my opinion should be Alex Pereira again. I talked about this in my reaction video to the UFC 313 event. Click here to watch that. But again, I don't think that Magomed Ankalaev is being fake. He just wants to fight a deserving opponent, which Jiří Procházka at this very moment is not. So yeah, when it comes to this division, in my opinion, what should happen right now is that Alex Pereira should fight Magomed Ankalaev in the rematch, and Jiří Procházka should wait just a couple of more days to see the fight between Blachowicz and Ulberg, because in my opinion, Jiří Procházka should fight a winner of that fight. Let's say if Blachowicz wins that fight, Blachowicz should fight either Jiří Procházka or potentially a winner of Ankalaev and Alex Pereira fight actually, because if Magomed Ankalaev wins the rematch against Alex Pereira, Blachowicz is the guy who had the best result against Magomed Ankalaev. They went to a freaking draw when they fought each other, but personally I would much rather see Blachowicz or Ulberg to fight Jiří Procházka next, after the fight on March 22nd. That way you achieve exactly what Magomed Ankalaev is saying, that Jiří Procházka should go and fight other fighters next. By the way, Jiří Procházka versus Jan Blachowicz would be a fire fight. Of course, two champions from two Slavic countries that are right next to each other, Czech Republic and Poland. By the way, in Czech Republic there's even the city called Český Těšín. It's literally a freaking city that is on the border between Czech Republic and Poland. The border is going quite literally through the center of the city, so one half of the city is in Poland and the second half is in Czech Republic. I always thought that that would be a fire thing to do, like a championship fight of Jiří Procházka against Blachowicz in this city. That would be awesome. But yeah, that's just a random thought and random dream that I always had. Anyways, those are my thoughts on this weird situation between Jiří Procházka and Magomed Ankalaev. Magomed Ankalaev should rematch Alex Pereira and Jiří Procházka should wait for the winner of Blachowicz and Ulberg fight. Let me know in the comment section down below, guys, what do you think about these ideas for these potential matchups? Are there other matchups in the light heavyweight division that maybe I'm not thinking about? So again, let me know in the comment section down below. And yeah, this is it for today's video. Once again, guys, make sure to hit subscribe and ring the bell so so that you don't miss any upcoming videos. Thank you very much for watching. This was Sergey from MMA Soap Opera, because that's what it is.